Alright, so this is fight 285. It was in Phuket, which is Assam. It was way, way next to the border. Like, I think I could have walked across the border from this fight. And it's against Prajahnchai. Prajahnchai is a cool name. It basically means like moonlight. There's a male fighter named Prajahnchai who's really good. I was not familiar with this fighter. I have seen her since this fight a number of times on RWS. She's quite good. We weighed in for this fight in the morning. It was supposed to be 47 kilos, and I came in a little bit under. I was at 46 and a half. I don't know, I guess I got dehydrated on the drive up or something. And she weighed in a little bit over 47. I can't remember the number, but I told her team it doesn't matter. Like, at that point, I didn't need her to match me, and it didn't make any sense to make her go cut 4 ounces or whatever the thing was. So I think that the reason we weighed in was because there was going to be a side bet on this fight. This is Yod Kumpan in my corner. He's the one who set it up for me. So it's something that I've kind of like struggled with, the gambling and Dermpan and this kind of thing, in terms of like how it gets into my head or how I feel about it. There's a lot of this at festival fights where you kind of like stand in the ring and present you with garlands. Usually these are like VIP, local government, that kind of thing, are who come in and put the garlands on you. There's lots of photos taken, lots of introductions. It's kind of a big presentation. If you don't speak Thai, it feels like it takes forever. If you do speak Thai, it still takes forever, but you can at least understand like what they're talking about. But it's just part of festival fighting. Is you'll see a lot of this. I have not had Yod Kumpan in my corner maybe ever prior to this. It was the first time, and he's a very interesting energy in that he's not stress-inducing, but because I spar with him every day, I was very nervous about him being in my corner because I felt suddenly like I had to perform according to what we've been working on or what he had been kind of focusing on when he was trying to guide me in our training. He's not my teacher when I spar with him. He is my sparring partner, but of course, because he has so much experience and is Yod Kumpan, I definitely listen to him when he has advice on something to change or revising a technique or something like that. But that's not the role that he plays for me with our sparring. So it kind of like muddied, I guess, the dynamic that we have normally between the two of us, to have him in my corner and kind of more in a crew teacher role. I didn't get to see Prajahnchai's Ram Muay because I was doing my own, but watching it afterwards, it's really beautiful. The announcer talks about her as being the champion of this area, so she's very well known up there. Probably pulling me up and putting a dermpan on it was, I don't know that she's fought Westerners up here. On RWS that I've seen her fighting, she's fought a woman from Hong Kong, which is not a Farang technically, but that is also not a Thai. So she does have experience in the realm of different styles or whatever that is coming in. Her dad, coach, whatever, had actually said to me that she was going to be fighting at RWS, I think just a few days after this fight, which didn't happen. I guess they postponed it, or he was lying to me, I don't know. But she did end up fighting at RWS shortly after this, maybe, I don't know, a couple of weeks or something. And I was supposed to fight a boxing match the day after this at Thai Payak Gym, at Chai's gym. And there's always a risk when you try to put fights really close together, because cuts can change them, injuries can change them, literally not being able to go because of traffic. This was on right before New Year's Eve, and Kevin and I had not even thought about it being this close to New Year. New Year's a very dangerous time in Thailand to be driving on the roads. There's lots of road accidents around New Year, and there's actually 3 New Years in Thailand. Chinese New Year doesn't tend to have a lot of car accidents, but Thai New Year and the New Year that starts on January 1st have a lot of accidents. If we'd thought about that I think we would have considered it driving so far. But when we left this fight, we couldn't sleep afterwards, and so we ended up leaving at like 3 in the morning. And as we were driving back down to Pattaya, all the traffic was on the opposite side, which was great because everyone was coming back up to Asan rather than heading back home. But traffic was like bumper to bumper at 3 in the morning all the way up on our way down from Sisaket, which is like a, I don't know, 8-hour drive or something like that. It was bumper to bumper on the way into Asan, and we were like flowing pretty good on our way back. It was crazy. This is something I love about festival fights is you'll see the people right up on the apron of the ring. Like the crowd comes right up to the ring. There's no distance between you and who's watching you. When you fight in a stadium, there's always space, obviously, because chairs and seats and stuff are put further back. So I don't know whether they volunteered or whether Yodkampan asked them, but I had these people in my corner who had been on a mat right next to us as we were warming up. And one of them knew me. Like, one of them was like, oh, I've seen Sylvie before many years ago. I can't remember who he was saying he had seen me fight, but he knew who I was, and they were talking to each other. It was kind of amazing to be recognized years after I'd been up. So when I watched this fight after fighting it, it looks very different from how it felt. She looks very relaxed. I didn't see that so much when we were fighting. She looks very kind of like she's just kind of juggling me. She has a very nice style, very nice ring presence. And we're actually trying to do similar things to each other. I'm trying to teep and jab, and she's basically trying to juggle me with the jab without the teep part. She's just putting her hand out to kind of like juggle my distance. She's a really, really nice aesthetic to her, though. I like her little side steps. I don't get to fight people my size very often. We are the same size, despite the weigh-in being a little different. She probably weighs more in the ring than I do, but not by much. I'm usually fighting people a number of kilos bigger than me. So I got a little strike in there that got the announcers excited because, again, we're basically both just kind of juggling each other. The first time we tied up right here, I was like, oh shit, she's very strong. Like, we're not clinching, we're just kind of like wrestling each other in that moment, but I was like, she's very strong. Which is a good thing to keep in mind when you're like testing each other out in the earlier rounds. So here, she's just kind of like snuffing my clinch. I have a pretty good lock, but I'm not able to like move. I am scoring here, and she's answering back, so this is a little bit, you know, not quite even because I have the better lock, but she is landing knees back at me, which makes the scoring very similar. So I'm basically always trying to close the distance. She's basically trying to keep me at a distance. I paid attention to the time on the rounds when I was watching this, and they gave us 3-minute rounds, which in Thailand women fight 2-minute rounds. So I don't know whether that's something that Yodkampan got them to do or whether they just forgot to change the rounds from the fights that were before us, but I love when the rounds go a little bit long. This is an interesting position. She's just trying to like cap my face so that I can't get my head in, which is a good idea because getting my head in is a much tighter lock. Look at how like composed her face is though. Doing a little bit of oh, that was her first elbow. It landed kind of on my neck. I didn't realize she threw an elbow in the first round. Just really nice distance control. Once I get in, I'm actually doing okay at that distance, but I really need to like climb hard once I get into that inside position because that's where I do all of my work. I was throwing some like leg kicks and teeps and stuff. I'm starting to pull together more weapons at a longer range than I used to have, but I still, my whole thing is trying to get in. So once you get in, you have to do something. Otherwise, you're just kind of like climbing to the same rung on the ladder over and over again with no actual benefit. This woman in my corner had such a strong Isan dialect. I don't know why it was so hard for me to understand her, other than that I don't speak Isan. Isan is not like crazy different from Central Thai, unless it's like, you know, deep or whatever. But she was basically telling me to left kick first, and I did not understand. Yokunpan had to like translate for me. I was like, oh, okay. Ref making sure we know it's round 2, because there's no ring card girls. So there's my left kick, doing what the lady in my corner told me to do. I'm a little bit in this fight overturned to my right all the time, which definitely was a difficulty in this fight. Like I wasn't aware of it, but I could kind of feel that something was off. And because I couldn't feel what it was, I couldn't really correct it, but I see it now. Which is a very nice like strike as someone's coming in. This is a very like femur strategy fighting style to be able to strike and score while someone's closing in on you. And then again, she's very strong in the clinch, so she's good at kind of all ranges. I do feel like I was outscoring her and kind of starting to build better positions in the clinch here. You can see I'm kind of controlling her and starting to wear her down a little bit. So pushing in towards that level. The announcer's starting to get on it as well, calling for me. I think he likes that I'm just kind of insistent on pushing through that space. Here, you can see that overturn, how my left hip is way too close to her. You can do that in order to score, but I wasn't striking. Her composure is starting to come down a little bit. She's just getting a little bit fatigued, which is good for round 2. But she knows when to use her explosive movements. It's good scoring for me right there. You can see the gamblers are starting to take odds. That was a nice open side kick. She's really good with that left leg. That's the open side kick because we're both southpaw. So that's a higher scoring kick. I kind of have my arm in this useless position. My right arm is pinning her arm, but it's not really doing anything. I can't take advantage of anything from that position. Did not realize I threw an elbow there. So here now she's trying to like snuff me, and I'm basically trying to smother her. There I got a nice little turn and kick out of the leg to off-balance her. I guess I threw another elbow there. I'm trying really hard to come in, and she actually got a better position by moving that arm. I lost my position by trying to like force underneath. I should have tried to go over instead. Here she's actually blocking my knees, so that wasn't a scoring knee on her part, but her knee coming up blocked my knees, and that was good for her. Oh, there's her first elbow at me. She's got a nice drag and a knee there. So here you could see she had her hands locked and I didn't. It was a very contentious round. I'm not sure who the judges would give that to. In watching, I think that I had more dominant moments close up early, but I think at the end of that round, she was really starting to gain traction. The end of that round was very, very tight. So that means how you come into round 3 is basically going to give the implication of what the end of round 2 was. So the announcer is excited because that round was pretty close. I don't know what this woman is saying to me, unfortunately. She seemed to have good advice. She was there with another fighter, like a young fighter that was on the mat, so it's very nice that she came to help me. Yokunpan is very excited. So what she's doing with her hand is she has like a smelling oil on her palm, and they put that in front of your face for you to smell it. It basically kind of like wakes you up It's just oil. It's not like a smelling salt or anything like that, but it does have kind of a like invigorating effect. Prajahnchai is coming in fucking stoked. Her energy is higher than mine. So here I'm trying to like keep ground. You can see I'm still overturning. That was a nice shove off from her. She's very good. She has like a lot in her arsenal. She has good timing, good distance control. That was a very nice punch on my pot kick. When it gets very exciting like this, sometimes Kevin doesn't track it, so just forgive the camera coming slow. There's an elbow that she really fucking threw right there. She's throwing more here. I'm in a terrible position there with my left arm. It can't actually really do anything from where it is. Here I've swum in, now I have a lock. So we're locking each other. My head is tucked in to try to break her root a little bit, which is tricky because if you get it in and you break the root, that's good. But if you get it in and you don't break the root, your head is below theirs and it's a disadvantageous aesthetic position, which is classic scoring. She's starting to look calm again, although she is clearly showing a bit of fatigue. She's really committed to those elbows. There's 3 scoring knees. Those are really good. 4, and then she blocks me. I get 3 in there. Those score similarly, even though her knees were actually better. Left, right. She's basically like going in for the like, I'm just teeing off on you. So I'm just trying to stay in close, trying to score in here, trying to break her root a little bit. Again, she's very strong, so I'm using a lot of energy to try to get in these positions. And then here, she's waiting, and she totally clipped me with that elbow just there. She got my left eye, so I'm bleeding already, but you can't really see until we pull away. It was a very well-timed elbow, and now she's staring at it. The ref sees it, pulls me over to have it looked at by the doctor. The doctors were not ready, which is fine. They're finding their way up. You can see already I have quite a lot of blood. This is a thing that you need to know if you get cut in Thailand, is you need to show the doctor that you want to continue fighting. If you look like a deer in headlights, or if you're totally freaked out by your blood, they're way more likely to call it, maybe even especially for women. So I try to jump around, say, die, like, yes, I want to keep fighting. He's basically seeing whether the blood is going into my eye. That's what calls a fight, basically. If blood is running into the eye, they're going to call that. Whereas if the blood is kind of going around, or it's not going to be blocking your vision, they're more likely to let it go. I think I had more than one cut at this point, and the doctor is telling the ref, put some Vaseline on it, and the ref does not understand and just puts me right back in the fight, which is fine. You usually do not get to go back to your corner and put Vaseline on. She immediately threw another elbow. She knows exactly how to keep going after something that's working, try to open something up, make it bleed into my eye, that kind of thing. You can see she's actually very focused on it. She's making contact, like eye contact with the cut. Nice high kick there. Nice slip out and another elbow. Knee almost into my chin. Like, she just blew that round out like crazy. So 2 was close, 3 was not close. That round just went like whoop for her. I think I had, at the end of this fight, I have 3 cuts. So I don't know how many I have at this moment, but I had one under, then I had one just over, and then I had one higher. So I had 3 cuts around my left eye. I don't know who this guy is who came in to help, but now I need more help apparently because I'm bleeding. So Yod Pan is dealing with the cuts, which is ironic and wonderful because he's the elbow hunter of 100 stitches. So he knows how to open cuts. I think he knows how to stop bleeding. I'm not sure. More smelling, oil. I've been cut before, so I'm not freaked out by the blood. I'm not freaked out by being cut, but it puts you in a position where now you really have to go. Like, you can't kind of like be strategically chasing when you have blood running down your face. You need to be much more like round 5, coming with your hands kind of thing when you're way behind. And again, she blew out round 3. You can see she's getting that energy up, so she's going to come in with that same effort. Gilpin using his white shirt to put... I have a fight towel. I don't know why he used his shirt. More elbows, scoring knees, scoring kicks. My uphill climb is just getting steeper at this point. Again, I don't really have choices right now, like because of the cut and because I lost that round so badly despite the cut, like in addition to the cut, I really have to like, I don't know, count her or like turn this into a complete blowout round in order to even be on the card anymore, which is hard to do in round 4 because it's kind of your last chance. There is a round 5, but rounds 3 and 4 are really the most significant. And she is just performing. Like now she doesn't have to come forward. She doesn't really have to score that much. The onus is entirely on me. You can see her teeps aren't even with power anymore. She can just basically use timing and look good. She doesn't really have to use energy so much anymore. She's like hit the right pocket of air and can just kind of glide at this point. The ref is starting to break the clinch here. I'm trying to hop in. I don't know why I was really into that left hand. I hadn't really landed it, but I guess I just didn't really know what else to do on my way in. Completely forgot about teeps. I have a good position here, but she, again, doesn't have to do much in order to just maintain where she's already at. I'm just getting kind of bounced out. That kick landed. Knee landed. I think that landed given the crowd's response. I'm getting kind of like cross-faced and stuck, which is actually hitting my cuts, so they're bleeding again. I don't know what Kevin just said to me, but I gave him a little look right there. Teep, there we go. So what Yeokun Pan said to me after this fight was that my weapons didn't have any power. He thought it was because I weighed in at 46.5, which is totally not what the situation was. But how someone makes you look is really important because that's one of the skills of the fighter. So sometimes they can make you look a certain way because of their size or because of like incidental things that you can't really control. But that's not what's happening here. Prajahnchai is making it look like I can't affect her by her performance, and I'm not able to make my performance look like I am really affecting her. She's getting tired, like I do actually have effect on her, but at this point it's too late. Kevin was telling me to do something, I don't know what, and I'm like shrugging at him because I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do. Oh, Kevin's telling me to stop punching because I'm grabbing on the outside. I have no other way in, like I have no idea how to come in other than the punching, so I'm giving him this like, I don't know what you want me to do. Yeah, so I have another one up here, which actually is probably a reopen. I've had this scar up here for a really long time. This guy's very encouraging, actually. This guy in the white and blue. He's like, good, keep going, like, keep fighting. They're not like, this is over, like, you know, whatever, just kind of make it through this round. They are telling me to keep fighting, which is very nice and good, because that's what I'm going to do. But at this point, there's no way for me to take this fight other than knocking her out. So in this round, I basically just started playing, like I just started trying to do different things, which maybe I should have done earlier in the fight. Good ref, he didn't wipe my Vaseline off, which was nice. So now that I'm like not really thinking about trying to win, because I can't, I actually have way more weapons on my way in. I'm like kicking her legs, I'm teeping, I'm doing different things to close in, which I could have done when I was actually trying to use weapons to come in earlier. But this shows how much what you actually end up doing in the ring is some kind of rationale in your head. I could not stop trying to like left hook and hit her with my punch to come in because I was like just trying to hit her on my way in. But here I have like a whole array of weapons because I'm not trying to like only grab her. And it's just a mental switch or something. But again, she doesn't really have to fight anymore because she's already won. So the things that I'm able to do to her right now also have to do with the fact that she really does not have to fight in round 5 at all. There are many, many, many elements that go into what makes a fight the way it is at any given moment. The ref is not really animated anymore. He's just making sure that we're, you know, not fouling or whatever. She has really nice timing. Her like kick as I come in that she's been doing since round 1 is very nice. Here she's chasing me a little bit for no reason. I think she just kind of was like, fuck you or something. I don't know. But see how she's not running back a lot? This is really nice. Like, this is someone who totally understands a 5th round. She's just staying far enough away from me that I'm the one who has to kind of keep coming to get her. I'm not durning as fast as I was in earlier rounds when I was actually trying to get her and score. So basically both of our paces are dictated by the fact that this fight is already over. She's not running away hard because she doesn't need to. She's basically like, anything that Sylvie lands on me in this round is kind of negated. Like, it's so far out of the park already that even if I landed kicks on her and stuff like that, it doesn't matter. So she does not have to stay away from them or necessarily even block all of them. I've been in 5th rounds like that where I'm ahead, and so I'm like, it doesn't matter that you just kicked me twice. But she is still scoring. That just scored. So this is a thing that I see people forget to do sometimes, which is you just go to your opponent's corner and basically say sorry to their coaches and say like, thank you. It's basically a way to like, the fight's over, we're friends again kind of thing. It's just showing respect to the trainers in opposite corner as your own. Sometimes they give you some water. And then this is a thing that when you've won feels amazing when you're walking through the crowd and everyone is like, yay, and sometimes they want to touch you and like kind of give you congratulations. These people were actually congratulating me and saying that I fought really well. I think just because I didn't give up. They were like, that's good that you went the whole time, very tough, went through the cut and all this stuff. So you also get encouragement even when you've lost a fight when you move through the crowd like that. But again, it's that mental switch of like whether you can hear it or not based on your own kind of feelings about what just happened. I was very embarrassed. Like, I felt very bad because I knew that Yokunpan had lost money on me. So I kind of just immediately, once I had my gloves off, I'm moving through the crowd to go find the doctors so that they can stitch me up. I advise you to try to get stitched as fast as possible because your adrenaline's already going and they don't necessarily always give you anesthetic. So the adrenaline from the ring does actually take a lot of the pain away for the stitches if you can get it done fast. In some cases you can't get it done fast, and then the longer you wait, the more it's going to hurt. And later in the night it hurts anyway. So this is another thing that I really love about fights in general in Thailand, but festival fights especially when they're not in stadia and not when they're on TV, when they have to do all of this kind of like performative stuff, is that the announcer is already calling the next fight. Like, he's already introducing the next fight. This team of hospital staff are stitching me up. There's one woman is holding the flashlight. The other two are kind of like dabbing. It's like a team of 5 people to get my stitches done. And that is the face and column of someone who has 200 something stitches already in my face. Have done this before. That's Yudhun Pan watching this happen, which to me is very sweet because he gave so many stitches out in his career and he's like very concerned about mine. Rather than like, I've definitely done this a lot in my life. He has lots of stitches as well too. He's definitely been cut. You can see the kids sitting on the catwalk. The announcers are like bringing the color commentary into the fight. These little kids getting in there. And the crowd is just focused on the next fight. Like, as much as you're embarrassed about your performance or you're excited about your performance or whatever it is, it just moves. Like, the next fight is already happening. After that, another fight is happening. People who get really upset and ashamed about losing, I understand it sucks to lose and you kind of like always feel bad about it for a while. But like 50% of the people at any given fight night are going home having lost their fight. Like, you're not an asshole. You didn't do anything terribly wrong. Just like learn from it. Howdy. We're in the car in Sisaket after fight 285. 285. And I fought a girl named Prajahnchai, who was Fighter of the Year for Sisaket this past year, according to the announcer. And she's also Muay Cow, so lots of clinching in this fight. They start breaking it more in the later rounds, I think, because I wasn't like active. I was kneeing, but I was very, very locked. But I lost on points. I got cut in round 3. I don't know how many cuts there are there, but it's 7 stitches. So not the most fun, but that's how you work. Oh, I had Yudhun Pan in my corner, which was unexpected. He's the one who set up this fight, but I didn't know he was coming up, which was really nice to have Yudhun Pan in my corner. And there's a bit of like added embarrassment in that like I work with him all the time, and there was a derm pan on this fight, which makes it very serious. It's a side bet, and so like there's a lot of excitement going into it. And I just feel bad because he lost money, and that just kind of adds to the shitty smell of not winning a fight. But the whole time sitting there like watching everything come to be, like asking to go earlier because I was supposed to fight tomorrow in a boxing fight at Prajahnchai's gym, which I cannot do now, so lost 2 fights. But just watching the festival fight, I was like, this is fucking amazing. Like, I love this entire experience. I love being here. I love all the elements that go into fighting this kind of fight, including the excitement about the derm pan, and like you'll have someone kind of going around drumming up and it just keeps getting bigger, like getting people to add into it. And I really love that kind of thing. It's one of my favorite things about like Thailand's Muay Thai. So that was a very nice part of this experience. And we'll be going home instead of to Prajahnchai's tomorrow and see the Bones.